Ninja Boy. Hi, Anne. Yes, Ninja Boy. The Ninja Boy is back on. Alright. I swear, I feel like Tara's definitely gonna spam the fucking 5-minute Norwegian thing. Sounds good to me. This one sounds good. If this one sounds good, then we're rolling with this one. And thank you so much for the water. Thank you so much for. Oh my god. Ninja Nightbot as well. Thank you so much for the water. All the water. Thank you so much. It is much appreciated. It is very important to drink the water. Alright. So with this, I feel like I kinda wanna read something. Like a story. Now usually I go for something spooky, so I'm not sure if I want to do that. I kinda just wanna read something interesting. Surely. What's your schedule? Should I whisper my schedule? Should I whisper the Grinch? How the fuck how am I supposed to whisper the Grinch? Or like speak softly as the Grinch? How am I supposed to do that? How the fuck am I supposed to do that? Alright. This is great. Alright. Alright. I'm gonna get this posted up on YouTube as well. I'm gonna get this posted on YouTube, so let's just start it right now. Okay, anyways. So anyways, I started talking. Stream elements? It's the wrong fucking chat again, dude. Get out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Alright. My schedule. 4 o'clock, wall on shelf pity. 4:30, stare into the abyss. 5 o'clock, solve world hunger. Tell no one. 5:30, exercise. 6:30, dinner with me. I can't cancel that again. 7 o'clock, rush through my self-loathing. I'm booked. That was the calmest I've ever read that. I kind of liked it though. It was kind of good, wasn't it? I've got my notebook here that I write in, whether it be thoughts, lyrics, whether it be just taking notes. I use this for everything. So why not ASMR? Is that good? I can't tell. I think that's decent, no? Maybe without? And we're obviously gonna bring the fan favorite, the Lego set that I haven't built yet, because I have 2 of it. And as a wise man once said, the case makes good sounds. So maybe. Oh. That's not too bad. This is my Sony headphone fucking thing. It's not bad. I'm so scared that it is not picking up all the sounds. Is it picking it up? Because the YouTube video is going to be a nightmare to do that. Ferno's favorite paradox is a Rick Astley paradox. See, if you ask Rick Astley to give you the movie Up, he can't because he will never give you up. But in doing so, he lets you down, thus creating the Rick Astley paradox. Oh, we also have a new channel point redeem, guys, which is basically just me looking at the camera with the close one. It's literally just showing you my eyes. It was requested because people want me to show me my eyes all the time. So, I guess. Also, it's a trigger I sometimes like. Is blowing sounds for some reason. Not like that. I know some of you dirty minds are going to take that out of context. Ew. Hey, I know half of you guys, okay? It's fine. My phone is vibrating. I'm making a lot of noise. Alright. See what it might be. We have to bring him up here, you know? Well, I'll be listening. It doesn't isolate the sound as much. So like if anything goes in one side, it goes a lot through the other as well. But isolates a bit. Swearing. I'm thinking of doing like a full-on assortment someday. Just full on, just fucking go for it. Just like everything like lined up specifically, and then do it for however long, 5-10 minutes, and then switch, and then do 5-10 minutes, and you know what I mean. I hope you do. The book. The infamous book. The notorious B.O.G. B.O.K. What? B.O.G.? The Bog. The notorious book. The notorious Bookie Small. There we go. Is it nicer if I turn off the ring light? Fucks up the eye thing, doesn't it? Never mind. Alright. I think I've got a new thing that I want to make a redeem. So guys, I want to make this. I want to make this a channel boy redeem. Kind of like the schedule thing, but just for the ASMR. I feel like this would be absolutely hilarious if I do this. Have you ever had a dream that you once you could do, so you do, you want him to do you so much you could do anything? Have you ever had that dream, guys? Could have some hearsay sauce on my objections. Oh my god. Alright, maybe I should just read a bunch of Joker quotes as well. There's a bunch of things I kind of want to do to kind of mess around a bit, but I don't want to mess around too much. You know what I mean? I think messing around too much would remove the magic. Do we put on some nice ambiance in the background? Is that? I can't trust just putting on music, dude. That's nice. That's pretty nice. Having that in the background. How's that? That's pretty decent. Doesn't quite work when I read the scary stories, but it works right now. Right now, it fits. It's great. Right now. But for when I read the stories, it's gonna be difficult. Let's see. Hi Nico, welcome in. How are you doing, Nico? Hope you're doing well. We're doing Phantasmagoracle, as always. Alright. Let's see here. Sleeping? Well, I'm not sure if being in my stream right now is the best thing then. I'm not sure if this is the best place to be for sleeping. Unless you're off school, in which case, fair enough. But if you're not, I'm not sure. Because hopefully, I hope that this actually helps you. If not, Nico, fair enough, you can stay. But if I'm very sleepy. Well, if you've got school, Nico, I'm not sure if you should stay around here for much longer. It's just, I don't have school, so screw it. Okay. Fair enough. I hope this helps. I mean, I hope this fucking... You never know. I never know, you know? It could just do nothing. But as a wise man once said, the case makes good sounds. The case does make good sounds. so much faster with my left hand, which doesn't make sense because I'm right-handed. With some things. I do need to get up and make food. Fair enough. Because I'm gonna be fast. Oh yeah, of course, but of course, but of course. Hey, do you like you like podcasts? Well, we got one. It's a bit different from ASMR, but it's a podcast nonetheless. It is a podcast nonetheless. Now I'm fully aware that like the order of all this is a bit chaotic. It's kind of the point, mixing between. I think next time I'm gonna do it like in order of whatever it is I have. Do like 10 minutes of each maybe. Then it's probably not gonna be as long. You know what I mean? It's not gonna be as long. It's gonna be long-ish. Then I'm probably gonna aim for like 30-40 minutes. Do 10 minutes of each trigger, maybe? Obviously with some talking in between. And then I think that's gonna be the next one. Okay, Nico, appreciate you. Because I kinda wanna have an order on it. Right now it's a bit chaotic, that's kind of the purpose. And then next time we'll line up the triggers basically. But obviously there's one fucker that has to make an appearance every time. There's this guy. This cunt. Now for those of you who are new, who wonders why I haven't built this yet, it's because I already have it. I got 2 of it at the same time. So now this one's just used for ASMR pretty much. For the ASMR purposes. And I must say, it's served us well over here, right? Bob Ross. Fernosphere paradox is a Rick Astley paradox. See, if you ask Rick Astley to give you the movie Up, he can't because he will never give you up. But in doing so, he lets you down, thus creating the Rick Astley paradox. Loki, hi, welcome in. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. Mr. Beast. For fuck's sake, really? God dang it. Yes, I'm Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast does ASMR now. Water isn't wet because the word is used in a situation where the water on the surface can be removed and brought back to its typical dry state. Since water isn't typically dry, it can therefore not be wet. Also, there's no layer between each molecule determining the possibility of removal of the water from the water's surface. Like a fire, it burns things, but isn't burnt. Water is not wet. I get that Mr. Beast coming way too much, and I don't know why I've all of a sudden started to get it. I started to get it a month ago, and I get it too much now. You like Star Wars? I fucking love Star Wars. I got this. I got shit in the bag. I love Star Wars. What's Verno's favorite TV show? The Fresh Prince of Belle Delphine. It's a great show. It's amazing. It's an amazing show. Guys, remember to drink water. Stay hydrated. Just stay healthy. I care about you guys. Drink water. It's important. And having a glass or a bottle next to you when you go to sleep, it's not bad. Back with headphones. Welcome back, Nico. Having a glass of water next to you can be a good thing. When you wake up and your mouth is a bit dry, maybe, drink some, go back. Just don't drink too much. Sleep advice with Ferno. Alright, I realize that I'm too tired to make food. Nico, you need food. You need food. I don't care if you make it or someone else makes it, you need food. You need food. Join my Discord. Alright, should we find a story, guys? That's something to read. Some Reddit story. Usually where we end up. R/no sleep. That's usually where we end up. Yeah, who's gonna make me food out fucking for him? I don't know. I would assume that the rest of your family is fasting as well, right? No? Just no? Okay. Well, I guess, I don't know, make it yourself. You should definitely eat, Nico. Okay, let's see here. Oh. This one seems interesting. Alright. Just me? Well, get some food, Nico. Alright. I'm gonna read a story, guys. My online film student kept filming the same dead tree. Last semester, a film student named Jacob submitted a video that made me so horrified that I had to call the dean at 1 a.m. She advised me to turn the clip over to the police. I teach filmmaking at an art college in Maryland during the COVID lockdown in late 2020. My filmmaking course was online. My usual first assignment would have the students go out and film any setting. With an online class, the students just film around their houses. Most students were happy to show off their gaming setup and action figures collection. It's my kind of people. A student named Jacob put his camera on a tripod and filmed a dead oak tree in his backyard for about 5 minutes. I asked him to film some close-ups. He replied that he was too afraid. Here we go. Okay, he's too afraid to go near the dead oak. Plus, my brother and father are traveling, so we don't have lunch. That sucks. For continuity editing, I normally have students film a case sequence or a snowball fight. For online, students just film themselves cooking or playing with their pets. Jacob submitted a video of himself trying a noose. He then hung a mannequin on the same dead oak tree. I started to get creeped out, but I had to put on a brave face. Horror and film students always go hand in hand. I don't want to appear like I'm easily spooked. I jokingly asked Jacob if he was no longer scared of getting close to the tree. He said he wanted to scare it. I asked who, and he replied the jester. Of course he fucking replied the jester. No. Alright. For the next assignment, Jacob submitted a clip of a man who I thought was Jacob, put on a medieval jester costume and a smiling mask dancing around the dead oak tree. It was in black and white, and it was beyond disturbing. I'm used to horror movies being submitted to me by students, but those were gory and wild and fun. This clip was just eerie. I asked him where he got the costume. He said that wasn't him. I didn't press further. Usually I would ask, but with online class I just assumed it was a family member. After class, Jacob messaged me privately and asked if his videos of the tree made me sick. I was confused and thought he meant if I was sick of seeing the same tree over and over. Against my preference, I said no. If he found a muse which inspired him, then he should stick with it as long as he can. It felt like the right thing to say at the time. This is getting this. No, I don't like this. I don't like this. I kind of love it. I found out from other professors that Jacob began incorporating the dead oak tree into all that he did. In photography class, he retouched a photo of a car crash into a photo of the dead oak tree. In digital illustration class, he drew the dead oak tree with a bunch of dead animals hanging from it. Other students noticed Jacob's obsession with the dead oak tree as well and started talking to me about it. An aspiring YouTuber named Matt asked me if he could submit a Let's Play for an assignment. I normally would say no, but because everybody was in home isolation at the time, I thought why not? Just add a lot of narration. Matt then invited me to watch him play PUBG live on Twitch. When I did, I was amused to see that Jacob was one of his team members. I asked Matt after the stream how he knew Jacob. Matt said that Jacob was his neighbor only a few houses down the road from him. And to my surprise, they didn't live that far from me either, only 2 blocks away. I even thought about walking over to see Jacob's dead oak tree after the COVID lockdown ended. Matt told me what happened to Jacob back when they were in middle school. Jacob was home alone, and a man knocked on the door, telling Jacob that he used to live in that house. The man asked his father to build him a tree house, and just when the father was about to finish it, he fell from the tree and broke his neck. It's been over 2 decades since he moved away, and the man told Jacob he just wanted to see the oak tree again. Jacob didn't let him inside, but said that he can go around and look in the backyard. Jacob played video games until his parents came home, where they found the man in a full jester costume dancing around the tree. The semester after, in early 2021, Jacob wasn't taking any of my classes, but a cinematography professor video called me about one of Jacob's videos. The assignment was to light up a night scene, and Jacob just filmed the handled POV shot of him circling around the tree with a flashlight. She told me that the tree in the video was not a tree in Jacob's backyard. Jacob told her the tree in my backyard. Jacob told her it was a tree in my backyard. I didn't even end the video call. I just sprinted out onto my balcony to take a look at my tree, and then took a look at the footage again. I was so frightened I could throw up. This is creepy. It is creepy. Remember to drink water, stay hydrated, guys. Oh Lord. What the fuck? This is something else, guys. This is definitely something else. Alright, hold up. fucking with it though. This is a good story so far. And for ASMR purposes, this is great. You guys falling asleep yet? Alright. Alrighty. There we go. I kinda like it. I video called Jacob immediately. I asked him to turn on his camera so we could talk face to face. Without sounding angry, I asked him why he was in my backyard. He explained that he cut down his dead oak tree last semester, the dead oak tree that was featured in his work. After that, had always... what? I said oak tree. The dead oak tree that was featured in his work after that had always been my tree. I just realized that none of his work that featured the tree after my class was a video. Jacob used a photo of my tree found on my Facebook profile. Jacob said that an entity wearing a jester costume had been sneaking into my backyard, slowly killing my tree. I didn't notice my tree was dying because it was during the winter time. Jacob was at my house that one time to try and capture the jester on camera. He did it once during the mise en scene assignment. Yeah, true. And that was when he knew it was not just him who saw it. I was frustrated and scared, but I didn't want to upset him. I told him that he should have told me if he was coming over. A few days later, about 11 p.m., Matt was live streaming, and I was watching him on Twitch. I was shocked to see Jacob burst through Matt's bedroom door. He was covered in guts and bruises. Shards of glass were all over his body, and his shirt was soaked in blood. Fresh blood was still dripping down from his forehead. Matt fell out of his chair screaming at the top of his lungs, rightfully freaking out. I'll give Matt credit for not cursing and chasing Jacob out of his room. Matt asked Jacob what was wrong. Jacob looked into the camera and asked if I'm watching. He told me to look in my backyard. The jester was there. There were about 20 people in the chat. Some of them were my students. I added a dependable student in the chat, asking her to call 911, and told Matt to render basic first aid for Jacob. I went outside to look, and I was shocked to see a car crash into my tree. I didn't hear anything, because I was wearing headphones. Okay, you would still... Okay. Let's... Oh. Sorry, Nico. I'll switch it up after this. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, for one, I didn't know it was going to be this creepy. Even with headphones on, you still hear a car crash. I'm sorry, but like... And apparently, none of my neighbors did. Okay, I couldn't even see the car until I turned on my backyard light. But the crash was a big one. The car was totaled. There were shards of broken glass. Yeah, shards of broken glass everywhere. Nothing was on fire. The car engine was not on. Just when I was about to call the police, I got a notification that someone had uploaded a large file to our department's file storage. I opened it, and it was a video clip said to be uploaded by Jacob's username. It showed Jacob placing a camera in the backseat of his car. He turned from his driver's seat and stared into the camera. My mouth was wide open when I saw another person in the passenger seat wearing a jester costume. Without turning back around to face forward, Jacob still looked into the camera, just stepped on the gas and crashed into my tree. As the crash happened, I could see the jester unmasked face in a split second. It was not human. I decided to call the dean after I called the police. She was equally horrified after looking at the clip. She told me to save the clip in case the police needed it. She asked me who the man in the jester costume was. She probably didn't pause to see his monstrous face. I told her I couldn't find anybody else at that crash, but I had a gut feeling that Jacob saved me from the jester that night. How do you not hear a fucking car crash? You love it? I'm glad to hear that, Kelly. That was a pretty fucking good story if I've ever heard one. That was a good story. That was a really fucking good. It was creepy, but that was fucking perfect. Let's see here. That was pretty good. Bro, it's 4 a.m. and this is the first thing I hear when I wake up. I'm sorry, Nico. I'm truly sorry. I really am. But I can't change it. The only thing I can do is actually make normal ASMR again. We'll bounce a bit in between, I think. A bit in between stories and that. As long as nobody fucking redeems the fucking speak Norwegian thing, I think it'll be fine. Just back to normal ASMR, right? Is that fair? Unless I do. Well, I mean, yeah, it's up to you. But then I don't know what I'm gonna do. I might just start rambling on in that case. If that's your deal, I'm just gonna talk a bunch of bullshit in Norwegian. No, scare us. Kelly, I'm supposed to upload this on YouTube as normal ASMR. I'll just be like, scary story is here. But I would like to keep my points. Fair enough. I don't even know how much is the Norwegian one? 5,000, yeah, that's right. It is normal? I know it is normal. ASMR, hi Liz, yes, ASMR. I just scared the shit out of Nico, so that's great. Alright. Should we? Okay, Nico, do you want another story that isn't creepy? Or do I just go back to like whispering and shit? And just like tapping? Yes, she is, Nico. She most definitely is. She definitely is. A normal story? Okay. Guys, we're gonna find a normal story. Let's see here. Well, let's not be on r/no sleep then, because that's not normal stories, isn't that scary shit? Okay. Oh, this one seems good. A story of sadness and hope. Okay, this sounds good. Alright. It's late, but I hope you have a good stream. I'll take a shower then be back. Okay, Liz. Alright, Liz, have a good shower. You only live once. True. Sad? Well, it says sadness and hope. It says sadness and hope. This story was created partly by me and AI. Of course it fucking was. I don't have any experience making stories. I just wanted to post it somewhere. It has flaws, and it could be more detailed for sure. This is a story about sadness and hope. A story about despair and happiness. And a story about love and death. a story of great sorrow and tragedy, yet one that tells of hope and love. It's a story about two lonely souls who find meaning and happiness in one another. They both learned how to be strong while depending on one another. While their lives were full of sadness, they found a friend who they could rely on to help one another's suffering. This is a shortened version of the full story, or a summary, you may call. In this story, the pair are two lonely souls who find one another in their despair, and soon learn that they can come together and comfort one another, helping one another heal from their sadness. This makes the pair realize that there's much more in life to live for, and that there's much more for them than just a sad and tragedy-filled life. It's a story about two lonely, sad people who both find meaning and love in one another. They say the same thing many times then, but it's okay. I feel like I've heard this before. Yeah, I know what you mean. Alright, let's see what this story has to offer. It starts with a man called Leon who wanted to take the jewel in order to wish for his wish of death. That's how it starts off. I'm not sure, guys. I'm not sure. That's some way to kick it off. When it said sadness, when it said sadness and hope, I was hoping like, okay, so it's a bit sad, but it's hope, like it ends nicely and all that shit. And then we just start off with he's got a wish for death. Oh, that I've heard before. God dang it. Well, we've started, haven't we? However, he finds himself paired with a king known as Saber, who's so much more than he expected. He finds that she is not only a heroic spirit like himself, but he begins to learn how her story is so much more than he could have expected from simply knowing the name. The pair meet and begin to talk, and learn that they are both sad individuals. Both have lost everyone they once loved. Both have lost their families. Both have lost the world that they once knew. I feel like this is going to go very deep, guys. So they begin to speak about what has happened. They begin to open up to each other. They begin to comfort each other, telling one another that their sadness is not to be ignored. The pair both begin to cry and hug each other, and tell each other that they are not alone. They continue like this for a while, until they realize that they're both close to one another. At that point, Leon's attempts to wish for the jewel so that they can both perish together. This is the point where Saber realizes that she cannot simply let Leon make this wish, for they are both far too young and far too close to die in such a manner. At this point in their story, they're both still young and have much more in front of them. While they are both sad and have both lost so much, they have so much more to gain, so much more to see and to live for. That's pretty good. Okay. We're building up the positive vibes are definitely coming, I'm not ready. Guys, remember to drink water, stay hydrated. Stay healthy. Kadim, thank you for the follows, much appreciated. Alright. Saber then confesses to Leon that she does not wish to die. She then wishes to live. Even in land of tragedy, Leon is astounded by this turn of events. He does not quite understand why Saber wants to live, even in a land of tragedy. Saber realizes that Leon has never truly desired to die, and that he has simply been wanting to find a reason to live. Saber confesses to Leon that there's more to life than just tragedy. At this point, Leon tells Saber to think of what he truly wants. She then gives Leon an offer. If he can decide why he wants to live, and if he can decide why he wants to live in this world, despite the tragedy that has happened, she would show him happiness, and she would show him joy. She would do this to give him reason to live. She asks Leon, can he find his reason to live? After much pondering, Leon realizes that he wants to live. He wants to experience joy. He wants to see his future. He wants to keep going and see the world to the end. At this realization, Leon begins to have hope again. He begins to talk more. He begins to feel that perhaps the world has not ended for him. He has found his reason to live. And while his reason is simple, it is effective. I'd say that's pretty good. Mr. Sir, Dr. Flick. Hi, welcome in. Thank you for the follows, much appreciated. I'm actually going to make me food, so I'll be lurking. Alright, Nico, I appreciate the lurk. I appreciate it. Welcome in, Flick. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. In the end, the pair realize that they have what they have together is special. While they have both lived lonely and sad lives, their meeting made them both realize that they have finally found a true friend that they can rely on and who will love them and support them. They both still have sorrow to bear, tragedy to endure, and both of them know that they cannot forget the things they've lost. However, both Leon and Saber feel a kind of comfort in being with one another, while they must continue to shoulder the weight of their sadness. They have a friend whom they can lean on when the tears come, and they are no longer lonely. While both their lives were full of suffering and grief, they would find love and happiness in one another. They would eventually live with one another a beautiful life, full of meaning, full of love. A life that will always mean the world to both of them, and a life that they will remember forever. This is pretty good. Good? I'm glad to hear it. I'm doing pretty good. We're just chilling a bit, relaxing. You know, I'm glad to hear you're doing good though. I really am. I'm reading a book. I'm reading a Reddit post. I'm reading Reddit stories. I have a book that I'm going to start reading at some point, but I haven't gone to that yet. But I am going to start reading it. But right now, I'm just reading a Reddit story, which really caught my eye, and right now I'm thoroughly enjoying it. The pair lives their lives to the fullest. They continue to lean on each other and to heal from their past. And when they eventually die in peace, their spirits remain together forever, and they get a chance to finally smile once again. The end. That was actually kind of beautiful, I'm not gonna lie. That was actually kind of beautiful. The beautiful story ends here. Saber and Leon formed a friendship that transcended all others. Even after they pass from this world, their spirits remain together always. They will forever be with one another. I think that the story was very touching, and I gave off a strong sense of hope, even in the midst of tragedy. And this is exactly what I'm trying to convey in this story. That, while the world may seem dark right now, there's still hope for the future. That even if the person next to you seems to have everything taken from them, that doesn't mean that they are truly alone or without reason to keep living. That's pretty good. I like that. Water isn't wet because the word is used in a situation where the water on the surface can be removed and brought back to its typically dry state. Since water isn't typically dry, it can therefore not be wet. Also, there's no layer in between each molecule determining the possibility of removal of the water from the water surface. Like a fire, it burns things, but isn't burnt. Anyways, I'm going down. I'm taking my cats with me. All right, Nico. All right. That was a pretty good story. That was a good story. I think one more story, and then we're gonna go back to some tapping sound. Let's see here. Ooh. Interesting. This one seems like kind of like a. This one is short. The Golden Caterpillar story. This has me intrigued. Golden Caterpillar. Lovely. Let's see here. All right. Once upon a time, there was a wealthy merchant who heard of the legendary gold caterpillar. He was intrigued by the stories of how it could bring immense wealth to its owner, and decided he would do anything to get his hands on it. He embarked on a long and treacherous journey to the province of Sichuan. Sichuan? I'm assuming it's Sichuan, where the caterpillar was said to reside. After many months of searching, he finally found a local who claimed to possess the gold caterpillar. The merchant begged and pleaded with the man to sell him the caterpillar, but the man refused, warning him of the terrible consequences that would befall anyone who attempted to steal it. Undetermined, the merchant offered the man a large sum of money, but still he refused. Determined to get his hands on the caterpillar, the merchant devised a plan to steal it under the cover of darkness. He snuck into the man's home and made off with a basket containing the caterpillar, believing himself to have outsmarted the man. However, as he made his way back to his own home, he began to feel ill. The next day he was found dead, having been poisoned by the caterpillar's ordure that was put in the food he had eaten. The caterpillar then passed into the hands of the man who had originally possessed it, and the legend of the gold caterpillar continued to spread, cautioning those who would seek to possess it without understanding its true power. Decent. That was a decent little story. What's Ferno's favorite TV show? The Fresh Prince of Belle Delphine. Don't waste your time hating me. I do enough of that already. Don't worry about it. Alright. Alrighty. That was a nice little story, though. Cute. A cute little story. I should probably... Maybe I should mute ads while I do this. Oh shit, maybe mute the site. Mute the site. Turn off ads for a bit. Because I didn't think about that. Fucking ads, I hate that. There should be like a thing on Twitch that like when you do ASMR, like it only comes up a certain type of fucking ad or some shit. Snooze ads. Yes, please. How long is it gonna snooze it? For 5 minutes. Snooze that for 5 minutes only? What the fuck? I thought it was more. Oh shit. Okay. Never mind. Fuck it. Alright. just gonna, I think maybe I'll just turn off ads completely. Whoops. Because I feel like it's a bit dumb if I'm gonna have ads on. What's this? Gotta keep you on your toes. It's not keeping out because like I've got it muted. What the fuck? Alright. Let's go down. Okay, there should not be any more ads now. Ads should not be a thing now. And the notifications should definitely not be a thing. They shouldn't have been a thing from the start. Because I muted that shit, but I don't know. I guess my program might be a bit fucky right now. In which case, I apologize. I'm gonna have to remove that part for the fucking YouTube video as well. I have to find that. Well, I mean, it's probably gonna be pretty obvious the one burst of fucking audio that's in. Lovely. Great. Good stuff. Lovely. Today. I forgot the brush. I totally forgot the brush, guys. That sucks. Bye. Nice. I could have done something worse, just forget anything else. I don't know. Oh, wait. What's that? I can't hear that, can you? My beard was making noise. Beard scratching. Guys, remember, drink water. Stay hydrated. Because I care about you. I want to help you sleep, but I also want to keep you healthy. Drink some water, please. All my cats are interested by the tapping noise. Really? Well, let's try it again. They're just looking at my phone. I love that. I love that. Absolutely love that. I'm gonna look at There we go. Stream elements. It's the wrong chat. Get out of here, dude. Stream elements. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Oh, Haruki is it? No, what the fuck? Haruki, leave me the fuck alone. Come on. What have I done? What have I done? I love him. He's a cute cat. But I know, Nico, I know. Lily, hi, welcome in. It's been a while. How you doing? How you been? Lego ASMR. Well, I'm not gonna build it, but it's a fucking fan favorite tapping object, so. But I'm gonna build something when I get money for buying more Lego. Because when I get money to buy more Lego, I'm gonna buy more Lego. Bob Ross. But this one is just for tapping because I already have it. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How are you doing? It's so relaxing in your voice, I can tell you that. Oh my god. Damn. Ferno's favorite paradox is Rick Astley paradox. See, if you ask Rick Astley to give you the movie Up, he can't. Ferno is back. Welcome back, Sai. Welcome back. If you ask Rick Astley to give you the movie Up, he can't because he'll never give you up. But in doing so, he lets you down, thus creating the Rick Astley paradox. It's relaxing. That's good. That's the point. Why is this relaxing? Because I know what I'm doing. This doesn't make sense, but your voice is very relaxing. Thank you, Sai. The case makes good sounds. Should we read another story? Another story. Oh shit. Maybe not do that. It's not ideal. Alright. Make lie to him to make him less jealous of the Lego box. Oh my god. Lily, let me get some props, Lily, come on. Let's see. Oh my god. This is great. AI written story about a magical capybara. Also, after stream watch show. I'll have to see, Sai. I'll have to see because I do work tomorrow. But I might be down. Worst case, you can cheat on me. What are you sipping on? I'm sipping on tea. It was like a berry tea. It wasn't like sweet. Read it. Okay, yes, I'm gonna read it. Miss my voice, isn't that relaxing? Let's see here. Oh, turn off the music. In the lush, verdant rainforest of South America, a magical capybara roamed the earth. This capybara was not like any other. It was imbued with powerful magic that allowed it to change its shape and size at will. It was a creature of great curiosity and adventure, always exploring the depth of the forest and discovering new wonders. One day, the capybara came across a group of animals that were in great distress. The animals explained that their home, a nearby pond, was in danger of drying up due to the prolonged drought. They begged the capybara for help, and without hesitation, the capybara knew what to do. This is a great start. I'm loving this. A magical capybara? You can't not, you know what I mean? You can't not. Oh, that was wrong thing. I love it, yeah. Using its magic, the capybara transformed into a magnificent dragon, soaring through the sky with great speed and power. It flew to the top of the tallest mountain in the forest, where it found a crystal that was imbued with the power of rain. With a great burst of energy, the capybara dragon shattered the crystal, unleashing a torrential downpour that drenched the forest in water. The animals of the forest rejoiced as rain replenished their homes and nourished their bodies. The capybara now, in its original form, okay, so transfer back, basked in the gratitude of the animals that it had helped. It felt a sense of immense pride and satisfaction, knowing that it had made a difference in the lives of these creatures. But the capybara's joy was short-lived, as it soon learned that a group of hunters had entered the forest seeking to capture the magical creature for their own gain. The capybara knew that it had to flee, but also knew that it could not abandon the animals of the forest. Where is this going? Moist. Where is this going? Using its magic, the capybara transformed once again, this time into a massive oak tree. The hunters, in their ignorance, saw only a tree and passed by without a second glance. But the animals of the forest knew the truth, and they knew that their beloved capybara was still here, watching over them. For years, the capybara remained in its tree form, providing shelter and protection to the animals of the forest. And though it longed to roam and explore once again, it knew that its duty was to protect those who could not protect themselves. The capybara had become a legend in the forest, a symbol of courage and selflessness that would be passed down from generation to generation. And though it had sacrificed its own freedom for the safety of others, it knew that it had made the right choice, and that the love and gratitude of the animals it had helped was all the reward it needed. That was wholesome. It's the best story of all time. It was great. That was fantastic. A capybara that transforms. Guys, a capybara that transforms into an oak tree. A capybara that transforms into a dragon, breaks a crystal, becomes a capybara again, and then becomes an oak tree. Doesn't get much better than that. I can't. Do it again. Oh my god. I love that it was written by an AI as well. That really makes me happy. That was AI written. The AI capybara, guys. All right. god. Oh my god, Lily. Yeah. Let's see. Let's do some tapping again. We go a bit in between here, yeah. This is definitely the best trigger so far. Seems to be a channel favorite of this. You Lily hopping on board. The Lego box. Wasn't that great? How long have you been doing this? An hour now? Just over an hour, I think? With ASMR, I think I've been doing it for just over an hour. Or do you mean just like doing ASMR in general? Doing y'all? Thank you. Netflix, are you still watching for now? Metallic, I don't think so. I've got my cup. It's right. It's like it's metal, but it's covered in plastic, I think. Unless it's just metal, in which case, fair enough. Bob Ross, guys. Bob Ross. Do. Alright. ASMR is the greatest thing ever made. It's definitely up there. It's definitely up there. Fernow's Ferret paradox is a Rick Astley paradox. See, if you ask Rick Astley to give you the movie Up, he can't because he'll never give you up. But in doing so, he lets you down, thus creating the Rick Astley paradox. It's too good. Okay. It's a great paradox. Water isn't wet because the word is used in a situation where the water on the surface can be removed and brought back to its typically dry state. Since water isn't typically dry, it can therefore not be wet. Also, there's no layer in between each molecule determining the possibility of removal of the water from the water surface. Like a fire, it burns things, but it can't be burnt. I love my Nightbot quotes, dude. I love them. They're great. They're amazing. I know as well. How are you not bursting out laughing? The reason is because, Lily, I've had these up since I started streaming. I've laughed at them enough. Duck, thank you for the follow. It's much appreciated. What's for our favorite TV show? The Fresh Prince of Belle Delphine. So Lily, the only reason I don't burst out laughing all the time is because of the fact that I read them, I have them on every single stream. They come up multiple times. So I've just read them so many times now. Both ASMR wise and normally. Just read them too much. So it just doesn't... I still find it funny, obviously. I just don't burst out. Completely, at least. Alright. Read the Bible. I'm not reading the Bible. It's just not happening. Listen. When I tell you, Lily, I'm not reading the Bible. But remember to drink water and stay hydrated, guys. Come on, drink some water. Maya picks up on that. I'm not reading the Bible. I would get fucked over if I did that. Read the Bible, my career's out the window. That's the wrong way. This way. There we go. Anyways. Read the Bible for blind people? Done. I see, says the blind man. Alright. How long are we going? Are we going for a decent amount? Okay, I think I'm gonna go on for a little more. And then I think we're going to probably end it after not too long. Probably. Give it a little more and then we're gonna end this stream. that has been going on for technically 4.5 hours, because I did an hour one and then it got fucked over. But yeah, no worries, of course. But I'm gonna upload this to my YouTube, so !, socials if you want to find the YouTube, my Twitter, my Instagram, whatever it might be. So if you want to find the video on YouTube whenever I upload it, probably tomorrow maybe, hopefully, then you can check it out on my YouTube. So ! socials, you find everything there: Twitter, Instagram, fucking TikTok, I think, YouTube, everything. You'll find the podcast as well if you want to listen to that. That's not ASMR though, so don't go into that before you go to bed. Some of them you could probably listen to before going to bed just to have something in your ears, but we don't whisper. We definitely don't whisper, okay? Just keep that in mind. We definitely don't whisper. We don't shout. We're a bit loud sometimes. But the podcast is great. So, but right, we're gonna do some more tapping. Gonna read one more story, and then we're finito, I think. I would say. But again, it is going up on YouTube if you want to rewatch this. I'll definitely be rewatching this. I might finally sleep. We can do. You're pretty good at blowing. Thank you. There you go. There is all of my fucking. There's my shit if you want to check out all that, and then the Discord if you want to get notified of shit. If you're not on the Discord, join the Discord. You'll get notified of my streams, my YouTube videos. I'm gonna start doing it for my TikTok as well, even though I don't really do much. I'm gonna start using Twitter again. So make sure to check that shit out. But yeah. Alright. One final story, guys. One finale. Oh, okay. The origin of the moon Phobos and Deimos. Interesting. Interesante. See. Alright, this could be interesting. Alright. Phobos and Deimos were two young boys who lacked discipline and responsibility. They engaged in a series of mischievous pranks that ultimately led to their downfall. Their behavior reflected a lack of direction and purpose, which stemmed from failure of their parents and the broader community to instill proper values in them. Their actions caught up with them when they were caught by a group of angry Martians who had had enough of their disruptive behavior. The Martians were outraged by Phobos and Deimos' misdeeds and demanded that they take responsibility for their actions. In retribution for the previous misdeeds, the Martians subjected Phobos and Deimos to punishment fitting their behavior, the boys were placed in a vacuum-sealed container and transported into orbit around Mars, far from the Martian community, where they were left to reflect on their actions and the consequences they have brought upon themselves. The story of Phobos and Deimos serves as a cautionary tale for all of us about the importance of discipline, responsibility, and respect for others. We must strive to instill proper values in ourselves and our children, so we can avoid the pitfalls of aimlessness and misbehavior, and instead live a life of purpose and meaning. The fate of Phobos and Deimos underscores the importance of taking responsibility for your actions and recognizing the consequence of our behavior. We must be mindful of the impact we have on others and strive to live in the way that is respectful and responsible. There's my food. Good, Nico. Egg sandwich and it's going. Oh, nice. Guys, remember, drink water, stay hydrated, stay healthy. That was some message to end it on. I can fuck with it. I can fuck with it. It's a good message. I think that's a good place to end the stream. So, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Stopping by, whatever it might be. Appreciate everyone who's been here before or after the ASMR, whatever it might have been. Read Moby Dick. I'm gonna do that one day because I've read that book so many times and I love Moby Dick. I absolutely love it. So I'm definitely reading that one time. So yeah, thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for all the follows, the biddies, the subs, whatever it may have been that you've contributed today. Wonderful stage. Thank you, Nico. Thank you. So yeah. You are or the Bible. Yeah. I mean, I could read the Bible. But we'll have to see. Alright. But thank you all so much. Actually, hold up. I think we can do one more thing, right? We can do one more. Have a great rest of your night. Love you. I love you too, Nico. I think we're gonna do one more thing. Maybe. Oh no, actually no. I'm saving that for next time. And don't search for follow. I won't. Don't worry about it. I'll be fine. But thank you all so much. I appreciate all of you, and have a great rest of your night.